see, I just got out of the shower. I haven't posted in a while because I'm finally back in LA from Brazil, and let me tell you, that trip was life-changing. So life-changing that I'm like doing this video thing in a new creative format, which says, as an artist, it says a lot. It means I was really transformed. Thinking about like the content that I want to move into creating, because you know, my whole like mid-20s diaries thing is kind of getting old now because I am no longer in my mid-20s, I'm in my late 20s. The only content to me that matters to make is content that makes other people feel grateful for their lives, grateful for God, beautiful on the inside and beautiful on the outside. I am a model and I do YouTube, but like more than anything, my favorite thing in the world is to make people feel beautiful, make them aware of how beautiful their life is, and I know it sounds so cheesy, talking at all about something that like people might have knee-jerk reactions of like, oh my God, is she about to talk about God? And I'm not about to talk about God. Like I am, but not in a way that you've ever experienced before. Not to say that this is anything special, but like, and I wanted to share more of my life and my philosophy and just like how I am, who I am. While talking about this, I will be doing my skincare routine. So I'm going to share how I make my life beautiful while I make myself more beautiful on the outside. Okay, so I'm going to get dressed really quick because I was feeling hot in that robe. Let's see what I'm going to wear. I'm wearing this tube top by Cezanne. And then I was thinking, in the spirit of wanting to feel really beautiful, maybe I will wear a skirt. Let's see, I'm going to put on this skirt in my closet. I wore this exact outfit actually when I was in Brazil, and it was a really fun time. My plan for going to Brazil was for it to be like so full of music and dance, and like the reason I went to Brazil is because I'm just obsessed with Brazilian music. I'm obsessed with it all. Like I don't know why, just really went through a phase in the past 4 years where like I only listened to Brazilian music, right? Sure, me going to Brazil was a very last minute thing. I planned the trip 10 days out, and I was just kind of in a weird place in life and feeling like, okay, I either like stay here for another month and just like hate the life that I'm living for myself, or I just go do this thing that I've been waiting for a long time that I'm maybe too afraid to do. I'm just gonna go do it, whatever. Again, I love Brazilian music. So one of my first nights there, I'm like really dealing with this ant issue in my apartment, and I'm just like, God, like like I am so grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm in Brazil alone. I'm so grateful that I could afford this, that I could be doing this. This is so special. Like the house is so special. The owners of the house are so special. Whatever. And I start having this ant issue, which is that every night I'm sleeping and I'm like opening the covers and there's just like ants. And then I also have like bug bites all over me. And that was kind of an issue for the first few days. And eventually I was like, okay, I don't think this is normal. Like I should tell the Airbnb guy, and like I'm thinking I'm just like a spoiled princess, that like having ants in Brazil is like normal, and that like it's not a big deal and that it can't be fixed. So I'm like, I'm not going to complain about it. But anyway, I call the guy up to complain about it, and while he's cleaning up the ants, he goes, by the way, my wife and I are going to a concert tonight, Gilberto Gil, and yeah, we're leaving in a few hours. And I was like, wait. And he has a deep Portuguese accent, so I wasn't sure that I understood him. I was like, wait, who are you going to go see? He's like, Gilberto Gil. And I was like, wait, I have to go. Like, I have to go. Anyway, I ended up going with this couple that I had just met who owns the house that I was staying at in Brazil to the most amazing Brazilian music concert possible. It was Gilberto Gil's last tour, and it was in Rio, and it was just, I'm going to share some of the footage because it was so special to me. It was, like, looking back, I'm like, I'm glad I called about the ants. I'm glad I had ants. Had I not had ants, would I not have experienced this really beautiful thing that I always wanted to experience? And here's the clip of me in Brazil at this concert. And I don't know, that to me is just kind of the message as it pertains to the rest of this video, which is that God is really good at making beautiful things out of messes, and I wanted to share a bit of my story and what I'm going through right now, post-Brazil, presently what's going on in my life, the good, the bad, the ugly, etc. And then this is what I'm going to be wearing. Okay, I'm back with my hair stuff, so I can show you guys my full hair routine. I have just washed it. I wash it with Pattern shampoo, and then I use a really cheap, like, American conditioner. That's probably for white people, but it works great for me because it's just cheap conditioner, and like the trick with my hair is to really moisturize it. So I want to start with my hair routine. I will shampoo my hair once a week, sometimes less, just depending on how it looks, to be honest. A lot of times I'll just like refresh it so it just looks better. I kind of go with the flow with this. A lot of people with afros have like a certain day of the week that they wash their hair, or, you know, it's a lot more ritualistic. I'm just not that kind of person. I'm freelance. I'm home all the time. Like, I have the time to wash my hair and to like spend a lot of time with it. And the funny thing about hair, before we get into it, is I also chopped off all my hair like almost a year, 8 or 9 months ago actually. I just cut off all my hair. I have always had straight hair or braids, or when I had my afro, I just like didn't love it. I didn't like it. And yeah, 9 months ago, I cut off all my hair, and I shared that journey on YouTube. If you've seen it, I hope you liked it, but for those who haven't and maybe feel certain ways about their appearance and things that are uncomfortable, I really want you to go watch it because I really liked making that video, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my hair journey in this video too. But okay, so my leave-in conditioner is Carol's Daughter Black Vanilla. This is just what I use. I don't know if it does anything great for me, so if you have any, you know, ideas in the comments, let me know about what could maybe be better for me, because I'm new to this. For my curls, my hair is already pretty naturally curly when it comes out of being washed, but I will put on Eco Styler's olive oil styling gel, which again I'm only using because it's just like what I had. Like, as a Black woman, I have so many products just like in my vicinity that I don't actually use, and this one I got years ago, and I've just been trying to get rid of it so as not to waste. But I'm aware that there are probably and definitely like better curl products out there in the world. So after that, I rub it in. I rub in the Eco Styler to start. I should have brought a brush, but I didn't. Usually I'll go through all of my curls and re-detangle. But actually lately I've just been using my fingers and going around with some gel and like putting it around the front pieces. So about my hair journey, it's been really beautiful and really explorative when it comes to myself and my inner self, and not even just like the black hair experience, but the hair experience as a woman in general. So growing up, I always had my hair straightened. We've been through this before. I have a whole video on it, right? So flash forward to the many months ago now that I cut my hair all off, I really was just having a crisis with myself where I was just like, dude, like, I don't even like what I look like on the outside. Like, I do like what I look like on the outside. Like, I like when I had braids, but I really just wasn't feeling like me, and like the me who like has naturally curly hair and who as a kid was always wearing it out and it was really beautiful and big. Like, I just really, I don't know, I was like, I'm beautiful, and I'm like quintessentially beautiful, but I don't feel beautiful with myself, and I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I felt like something was missing, and being a model too, that's obviously like a hard thing to come to terms with. It's just like, oh, well, if I change my hair, will it like affect my job? Will it do this or will it do that? But I anyway one day just decided to just like cut off all my hair, and I was like, I don't really care. I got to a point, I think, with modeling too, where I was just like, I'm going to do what I want to do, and like, if this is really what I'm meant to do, I'm going to do with my hair what I want to do with my hair, and if God wants me to be a successful model with curly hair, he'll do it. Otherwise, you know, whatever. Like, I wanted to have curly hair again. And honestly, maybe I didn't even want to have curly hair. I think I just felt like I was supposed to have curly hair. Because I would have dreams. In the past few years where I would just be like in a dream, and I would look at myself in the mirror, and I had really long curly hair, and I would wake up from those dreams and I'd be like, oh my God, like, that seems fun. That seems really cute. Like, that's nice. I wish I could, you know, do that and not have years of heat damage with my hair being like that. This is just an oil I'm putting on my hair. It's Amla hair oil, which is really good for growth. And that's when I'm going to start to be selling to you the concept of our inner child. And and God, because it's all together under the same umbrella to me. Like inner child work and belief in God go hand in hand. As a child, our souls are at the most innocent, and I know this sounds woo-woo, but I'm just gonna tell my story with it. So after that, I put on my little towel, which is a microfiber towel, which is specifically good for curly hair, and I'll just let it sit for a bit. Also, while we're here, I'll just show you guys my closet. The reason I haven't been really making videos is because my apartment has been a mess since I left out of town, and I just have a lot to like deal with and to put away, and that's why I haven't been doing a traditional vlog, is because I need my house to be really clean for a traditional vlog. This closet, currently the door won't close. This closet has just too much stuff in it. I don't really like the way that my apartment is looking right now, if I'm honest, and I just wish I had like $1 million to make it the prettiest place on earth. So I haven't been vlogging. Back in the kitchen, this is my skincare routine. This is a joint that I put in my makeup bag. And my Wellbutrin meds, Chanel perfume, and lip gloss and eyebrow stuff. Not much, not too much. Let me take my Wellbutrin really quick. Hopefully this will just like help me like just bounce back into attention mode. So, okay. So my hair thing. I think my hair thing is such like a popular Black woman issue. It's also such a popular like feminine issue in general. Like honestly, we are all the time trying to turn ourselves into things that maybe we feel more comfortable with, even if they aren't like our natural. And you know, we're told that our beautiful natural hair is like not the most desired in society, and it's not a fun feeling. It's not a fun feeling at all to feel like what we have and what we were born with is just like not considered beautiful or deemed beautiful. And I don't like to know that there's men on this planet that think I'm less attractive when I'm actually just like naturally being and wearing and doing what God has for me. And I feel like my hair can serve as a metaphor for that, because it was really hard for me to cut off all my hair. It was really hard for me to stop straightening my hair and to stop putting my hair in braids. Not to say that braids are bad, but for a while I was doing braids because I just was too afraid to figure out accepting myself for my curly hair. I guess I'm trying to say that God really helped me through that journey, because having just dreams of my inner child having curly hair, or having dreams of feeling like God thinks I'm so beautiful with my curly hair, has really helped me in my spirit to just be like, yeah, this is who I am. Like I maybe look cute with like a straight 50-inch lace front weave. Like I probably would look cute with that, and I probably would look cute with like, I don't know, just like the most expensive braiding hair, human hair, like, but like this is literally the hair that God has given me. And learning to love it and learning how to be okay with it, even at this really short place, has been so fulfilling for me past the aesthetic perspective. The way in which God has done so much change in my life when it comes to caring what people think through the process of me going back to my natural hair has been so fulfilling and rewarding. Like even sitting here and talking with you guys on camera and just like being me, and like I cut off all my hair and I just like, I believe in God and I'm just like doing me and I'm being me, like that is so, as a person who like has been so worried my whole life about what people think and what I'm doing, is it wrong, is it right, being a Christian, being a non-Christian, being on the internet, being an influencer, to just like sit down in front of a camera and be like, this is me and this is who I'm going to be and it's exactly who I am offline. Cutting my hair, it did that for me. And just like leaning into the idea of like, having my hair straight is cool, having my hair in braids is cool, but also why don't I just try being me? Maybe that's the most holistic thing I can do for myself lately, is just like be me. And not first think, well, what is a guy going to think? What is my mom going to think? What is the internet going to think? What is everyone who doesn't matter to my life whatsoever or have any idea? I don't know, like the things that I deal with, what are they going to think? And it's like, who cares? Like before going to Brazil, I really didn't find myself that beautiful, if I'm being honest. Like I was still feeling really insecure about my hair. And I also think that going to Brazil was like a really healing experience for me, to go to a place where natural hair is really so celebrated, and also to go to a place where being a Black person there, I just fit in. It didn't feel like I was breaking any rules by being there. It didn't feel like I was breaking rules by being myself or looking like myself. I literally fit in so much that when I opened up my mouth to speak English, people would be like, wait, you're American? And I was like, yeah. That was really cool to experience, and I went the whole month that I was on vacation without washing my hair, and it, like, as gross as that sounds, being that I was at the beach and stuff, it just felt so. I would wake up in the morning and I would just do this to my hair, no product. I would just do that, and I would just walk outside and I would enjoy life, and I would just go about my day, and I would meet people, and I would flirt with guys, and I would just be myself completely and totally, not caring what anybody thought about it or about me, and I just let myself be this new version that I've developed into. It's like, wait, I'm like in this foreign country, I don't even speak the same language as these people. To be somewhere completely new, completely different, somewhere you're not used to, and to still show up as yourself is a superpower, I'm convinced. For me as a woman, something I really struggled with for a long time was just feeling like I'm not enough and like I'm not good enough, and forget the external stuff. It really, there's just so much as a woman that just is just self-worth and looking in a mirror and hating your body or loving your body, but then feeling like you would look better if you looked like this or like that or whatever. Like, me cutting off my hair was an absolute surrender to like, I'm dropping this. I no longer want to think about what I look like. I just want to be myself. And if people find that beautiful, and if my job finds it beautiful, being a model, that's great. Otherwise, I need to go figure something else out. I don't really care. I want to be detached from this thing that's supposed to make me feel good and make me just look acceptable to people and like feel acceptable to people. Like, I want done with it. Whoever created me thinks it's beautiful. I'm just going to rock it. Like, whatever. There's many stories I could tell about what it looks like to honor your inner child as like, being emotionally safe, or like making the right life decisions, or following your dreams, or like things like that. I could talk about that all day, and I'll do separate videos about it if I end up posting this one, because maybe I won't. Anyway, I don't know. I'm now like what really stood out for me with my hair was just learning who to be exactly who God created me to be on the outside and the inside. And it's interesting, like healing my external self has done a lot for my inside. And now I find myself really beautiful, and I don't just find myself beautiful because I am beautiful, but I find myself beautiful because I feel beautiful and because God thinks I'm beautiful. And that's sick. Okay, this is like a very awkward topic for me to talk about, but has a lot to do with the finding yourself beautiful on the inside thing. And I honestly might cry talking about this because it's been a really tough year for me as it pertains to female friendships and being around women. But I wanted to express myself with this because it's been in the back of my head for a while, and I just feel like a fraud sometimes with YouTube and with social media, because like having a lot of followers and having people who are always like, oh my God, you're so pretty, you're so cool, I want to be your friend. Like, people will have the assumption that like you are cool in real life, and that people love you a lot in real life, and that you're doing everything right, and that you're just like, you have it together. And the hardest thing that has come with this whole influencing and model thing is that I realized, especially since moving to LA and getting into this industry, people have so many assumptions about me just because they see what I look like on the outside, and they think that I don't know, I'm trying to compete with them or steal their boyfriend, or just like, I don't know, being yourself makes a lot of other people really insecure. And I myself am saying this from a place of like, I literally don't even get why it works like that. Like, I ask myself all the time, and I ask God, like, why are people so envious of others? Like, what is that energy? Why is it such a huge part of our society, and especially being a woman? And yeah, I don't even know how I feel about it. All I know is that I am a 28-year-old woman, and my life has been littered with circumstances and experiences with women where I feel like I feel like I'm a mean person, because I'm like, if people don't want to be my friend, it must be because of something that I'm doing. Like, it must be because of the way that I am. And like, in the past year, I've had friends basically just like stop talking to me because I started standing up for myself, or I just started to be more of a confident woman, or I started to step more into the life that I feel like God has for me, and people were looking at me like, like make that make sense, you know what I mean? And maybe I'll do a separate video about this, because I could go on and on about female friendship. Like, I really could. I feel like I've just experienced like a lot of bad friends, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but jealousy is a big thing, and especially here in Los Angeles, I've just had a really bad experience in the last year with friends, and I'm still coming to terms with it myself, and I'm still constantly like praying to God, like not even for new friends, but I'm just like, please help me not to take this so personally so that I can get online and I can be myself and I can trust that people are going to like me even if they don't know me, because it feels like the people that do know me don't necessarily like me, and it's weird because I feel like they just don't like me for being myself. Like I'm not doing anything wrong or mean to them, and like, you know, like why is making friends as a woman for me really hard? And so yeah, it's weird to even have a YouTube channel where I talk a lot about the idea of being a woman and all that, because I don't have that many female friends in my life. But the ones I do have in my life are truly some of the most mature, beautiful, wise women I've ever been around. They're always women that are really happy with themselves and successful with themselves and have followed their dreams and are doing the things that they want to do with their life. Like those are the types of women that I always end up friends with. And it's a good reminder of like, okay, like usually the good women are the ones that are able to come out here in life and support others and to be happy for them. And yeah, at this time in my life, I'm like in a journey of finding good women to be friends with, because I believe that I'm a good woman. I just wish that other women did the work to feel complete and confident and fulfilled in themselves, and enough in a way that you don't need to like tear other women down for it. Because as a woman who's experienced a lot of that, it really sucks. It really sucks a lot. This is the Hydrating Sunscreen Milk by First Aid Beauty. It is SPF 45. I really like this sunscreen. It just shows up so good on my skin. I can do like a normal amount of sunscreen, because usually I can't. It just shows up white, but like, look at this. It really blends in and it's amazing. I had a really rough year with friendship. So bad that I was like really, really, really depressed. And it's interesting the timing of it, because I've never had a time in my life where I've just like lost a lot of friends. Like I've always been a really social person. I love hosting people. As a kid, I was always throwing birthday parties and inviting everybody. Like I love getting people together, and I think that's what I love so much about the internet, is I love that like even in the comment section of some of my videos, like you guys don't even need to be talking to me. For you to just like share your experience of being a woman or being like a mid-20s person and what it's like, or maybe being older than mid-20s and sharing your experience and what you resonate with, like it's just such a community to me. And it sucks sometimes that it's like an online thing, because I wish my life felt like that in person, but it doesn't. And I guess that's why I'm on the internet. This is Gissu's lip oil. I really like this because it's made out of honey. It's really good for my lips. Yeah, the female friendship thing has been hard, honestly, just especially as it pertains to content, because I'm like, if people don't like who I am when I be myself in my real life, like holy shit, like imagine how it's gonna be online. Like imagine! And I feel like what God is saying to me about all of this is just like, girl, you're not gonna be liked by everyone, and that's not really the point. The point is not to be liked by everyone. The point is to love yourself and to love God and to love others. The point is not to be loved by other people. And that's a hard thing to sit with. I'm going to put on some other earrings, because I have some pretty earring options here. I got these really pretty, sorry, these are rings. This ring from the brand Pilgrim Jewelry is really gorgy. And while I'm on the topic of rings and jewelry and looking fancy, I want to talk about something that people in the Christian church really don't like, which is like people having attention. They think that people having attention means that they're not walking with God, and this is maybe a topic for another video too. And maybe what this video is, I'm just sharing my umbrella, and if you're into my umbrella, you can subscribe to my channel, we can be friends. If you're not into my umbrella, you can just keep it moving. But I'm just bringing up a few different things that I will be talking about on my channel, and a few different things that I feel like are my brand and the territories in which I go in, which is I'm going to talk a lot about being a woman, what it really is like to be a woman, what it's like to be dating in my life, and what it's like to be following God, whatever that looks like in my life. I left the Christian church a couple years ago. I have not looked back. No hate against Christians, like truly no hate against you guys, but I have a lot of thoughts about God and religion that I would love to share and discuss. The way in which I see God has completely changed my life and has led me out of a place of feeling like I need to be in this church or community that honestly is not always doing the best thing for the world, is honestly always really freaking missing the mark. And yes, there are great things that can happen in spiritual communities, but like a lot of times there's just a lot of hurt too. And I have been hurt a lot of times in the Christian churches I've been a part of, in the Christian communities I've been a part of. I'm not trying to start a religion or something. I'm just wanting to be me. Which me, I love God. I love talking about God. I love thinking about God. I love being with God. I just spent 2 hours in the bath where I was just hanging out with God, and I'm just like telling him all my thoughts and all my stresses and all my concerns. And I was like, whoa, like this is so fun. Like having a relationship with God where you are able to experience people in the world and life around you, knowing that you are loved by him, is the best thing in the entire world. And that, at the end of the day, is what makes me feel like the most beautiful woman on the planet. Not because I'm any more beautiful than anybody else or I'm less beautiful than anybody else, but because I know that God finds me beautiful. Like, I believe that there is a creator out there that made me and that has my whole life figured out, and I don't really have to worry about it. My one simple task in life is to love God and to love others and to love myself. Like, that's all I'm doing. And living like this in the past 10 years of my life has been life-changing. And yeah, being a part of the church was a big part of it, but also leaving the church was a big part of it as well. This is Chance by Chanel. Let's talk about the final thing. I've gathered you all here today. So if you're not aware, if you don't follow me on TikTok, I have started posting a little bit more of like what actually goes on in my life when I'm not in my apartment or, doing my YouTube thing. I have recently started seeing this guy that is a really beautiful man, and I've known him for a really long time, and I've always felt like God put him in my life, which is really weird because I met him outside of like a Christian community. I met him when I was really just following God on my own and doing my own thing. And I've been through tons of romantic ups and downs while always feeling like, oh, but there's this guy that I'm like in love with, but he's never going to work for me because I want this and that and that. And I deserve better, and I'm not going to deal with this, and blah, blah, blah. And I want to get married, and I want to have kids, and like all the things in my life that are good to desire, but I really wanted to control. 8 years later, I finally started to view my life like this, which is that God, do it, take it all. I don't really care. I'm done trying to figure this out. I'm done trying to plan it. I have stopped holding on to the idea of my biggest dream and desire, which is like to get married and to have kids and to have babies. I mean, as a woman, like truly, that is what I feel like I am made for, and there's no shame in it. I'm literally like so excited one day to like pop out babies and children and to just like create more life. Like, it's the most honorable thing I think ever, is to just be able to like create another human. Like, it just seems so cool, right? So anyway, it's been my biggest desire for a lot of years to not just do that, but to have like the most perfect partner that is like literally amazing for me and just the one, like the one. My desire for the one has driven me to crazy, traumatic places. I have done wild stuff. I have gone to different countries to visit men. I have had my rosters. I have had the Christian love situation where we didn't have sex for 2 years. I've done the getting engaged. I've done the breaking off an engagement. I've done I've done all of the parts, right? And every time I've tried to do it myself, it's just not working. It's not working. And it's not healthy for me. So throughout my 20s, I basically have always known there's this guy that I want to be with who's better than any other guy I'd ever met. But the timing is not good, and he's just been this guy that's just like, yeah, maybe like in a few years, like I love you, you're my friend, and blah, blah, blah. Maybe in a few years. Or I had things where I was like, no, I'm going to get married, actually, you're not the one, and oh, I'm going to go do this relationship and this relationship. Our relationship has just been full of rejection and us pushing each other away from each other because we both really love each other, and it's really scary to care for someone that much, to be honest. And for a while, that looked like hell for me because it was just like, I want to move on. I don't want to think about you. If we're not working out, I don't want to think about you. I don't want to be with you. Like, I can't be your friend. Like, it was a really big journey and struggle for me. And anyway, 8 years later, I'm in Brazil, and I'm freaking out. And I've always freaked out about the love thing. I will be so just like, okay, so what? Life is good right now, but like, when am I going to find my partner? And okay, well, this is fantastic, but like, when is it going to work out for me where like I can finally get married and have kids? Like, me, married and kids, for whatever reason, that is just what the inner child Bianca believes is the solution to all bad things in life. And like, if I could tell her now, if I could just look at her and be like, sis, it doesn't fix or it doesn't change anything. It's just another beautiful way to experience life. It's another blessing that God has for you. Just chill out and wait. It will come. Like, I would love to tell her that, but she was too busy just like trying to find a man for, oh my God, just everything. Boy, crazy this, boy, crazy that, like everything. Anyway, in this last year, I have suddenly become okay with being by myself. I ended up going to Brazil last month completely by myself, and I didn't go for the purpose of a man. I didn't go for the purpose of looking for a man. And younger me used to be like, oh, like, I really want to travel the world, but I'm afraid to do that by myself. Like, I really want to get to know guys in other countries so that I can just, like, have the easy way and I can go visit them and then I can experience more life. And, like, men can't help me to experience more life. God can help me to experience more life and to have more joy with life. And so I've been on that journey for a really long time. And anyway, I finally go to Brazil, which is a dream place that I've wanted to go for forever. And I am not dating anybody. I'm not going on dates. I didn't go on one date the whole time that I was there. But when I was there, all of these men from my past are popping up. And I'm like, okay, what? And if I tell you guys, you're going to be like, that's literally crazy. But literally 5 different men, either I've dated them, we've had a situationship, or I was with them and really loved them and I never got the closure. Literally, you guys, like 5 different men were in my phone in different ways. Getting voicemails from my exes, getting texts from numbers that I no longer have saved because I was obsessed with that guy and I needed to drop him. So I deleted his number a couple years ago and now he's texting me being like, hey. And it's like, dude, we haven't talked in 2 years. Why are you now trying to come back into my life? And throughout all this happening, I'm growing very frustrated because I'm just being reminded of all the times in which like I've tried to do the love thing and it just hasn't worked. And for me, it's always been really frustrating because sometimes it will feel like I'm with the right person and I'm absolutely just, you know, maybe they are the right person, but if they don't want to be the right person at the right time, they're not going to be it, you know? When I was in Brazil, I was processing a lot of that frustration with God, and eventually I just sat down and I wrote in my journal all the things that I want from a man. And I went and looked back at that list today, I wrote the list like a month ago now, and I told myself I would stop talking about men or like needing to have answers with this love thing or like needing to not be confused. I just was like, God, I'm just gonna let you figure this out because like this is not fun to desire something so much and to just not have it. And so I was like, just like, God, you can have that. Do whatever you want with it. I'm not doing it. I'm not controlling it anymore. You guys, why did the guy that I 8 years ago, why is he back in my life? And why is he now confessing his love for me and saying we should try to be together? And I'm not going to sit here and say that like he's the one. I'm just saying that right now things are working out in this way. Like I'm no longer the type who says anything in absolutes. I think I've learned that just as a human, like growing up is realizing how much you don't know, and I'm okay with not knowing. But all this to say, I've had a terrible, terrible 20s experience when it comes to love and relationships, and it's crazy God has brought back to me the first guy I ever was like really into and thought was just the most beautiful person on the planet. We've never dated, we've never tried being together, we've only ever been friends because we just like keep popping up in each other's lives on and off. And I've been through so many different huge changes in my life, and now I'm like with my dream guy, and it's crazy, and I never saw that coming. I never saw that happening. And who knows if we're even going to stay together long term. I don't know. I'm just trying to share with you guys that this is where I'm at in my life, which is that I feel like I've finally let things go and they're turning out exactly how I want them to be, and I'm so grateful. And I want to start sharing with you guys more of the deeper innards of myself, not so that you can pay attention to me. I literally want people to see that living life with God is the best way to do it, and it doesn't always look like being a part of a church. It doesn't look like not sinning. It doesn't look like being perfect. It doesn't look like being white. All these things that especially the Westernized church has made it seem like. I will do a video where I'm talking about the Bible and my thoughts on the Bible because this is still something that I'm processing for myself as somebody who has read the whole Bible and like has previously interpreted it in different ways. I will say right now, I don't know that I consider myself a Christian. I don't know what I consider myself. I just know that I love God, and the Bible to me is the one piece of text that I've read where I'm like interpreting it, and I'm like, okay, if I ignore what everybody else is saying about this, if I ignore the fact that this Bible has started wars, that there are people who have read it who have done terrible, terrible things because they think that that's what God wants, and besides, people thinking that it says this about homosexuality, I'm going to read this from the perspective of like, God is kind and beautiful and amazing, and I'm going to see what I open up and find. And recently, I've just been hit with the concept of like, I think this is all different than what people are expressing it to be. I think that the Bible should not be taken so literally, especially the Old Testament. Jesus loved sinners, and I think that that's the whole point the Christian church is missing out on, is that you can be the ugliest person on the planet, and God will still be there trying to help you and to make you more of a beautiful person on the inside and out. And that's what Christians are calling salvation, but they're not seeing that it also means that they need to be fully themselves with God, which means maybe you don't throw the stone at the gay person, maybe look at yourself and see that maybe I should let them live their own life and figure out in their own way, like how they receive love and attention from God and comfort in this world that we're living in. And I don't know, I'm just finally at a place after 10 years now of trying to figure out what I believe about God and Christianity. I'm finally at a place where I feel so good with myself and so good about life, and understanding that like God is not evil. He is so kind. He's warm. He's attentive. He is like a good father and a good mother. And like, I just say he because to me that's just what God feels like to me. But like, if God feels like a mother to you, that's so beautiful. And if God feels like a really beautiful friend to you, that's also amazing. Like, if I knew that following God made my life this beautiful and made me this beautiful, I would have done it many, many years ago. But yeah, I say this as I am a model. I live in Los Angeles. I live my life. I have my dream life. The only thing is I freaking suck at like financial matters, which like God knows that. And I'm kind of stubborn. I haven't had a job in many, many years because I've just been on this path of following God and feeling like he has things for me to share with the internet. And so I've always been really focused on this influencing thing and YouTube and just living the life that God has for me. And for whatever reason, it's wound me up here posting this video, and it's really awkward and uncomfortable because I don't know, like, I just hope that you guys are seeing me here, that I'm not trying to, like, force anything on you. Like, I'm just sharing my life with God and why I think my life is beautiful. And it has nothing to do with any of this. It has nothing to do with any of this. It has nothing to do with any of this, any of this, any of this, any money, any body, any skinniness, anything. It has nothing to do with anything. God loves all of us literally exactly the way that he made us, and I just wanted to tell you that. I have so much love in my heart. I have so much love in my heart that I want to share with you guys because I believe that everybody deserves to live a life where they feel loved by God and by others and they feel accepted. And I think that's truly the key to healing the world. Like, I 100% do. I was thinking earlier, like, I think the big reason why the Christian church or like highly religious people like to pretend that terrible things aren't happening in the world is because it's hard for them to still believe that God is good. It's hard for them to have their own ideas challenged about Donald Trump. It's hard for them to have their own ideas challenged about Israel and Gaza and the fact that there's a complete genocide happening. It's already happening. It's almost over. I believe people in the church don't know how to talk to the LGBTQ community because if they accept them, they think that they're reading it all wrong, and maybe it's okay to read it all wrong. Maybe it's okay to do life all wrong. Maybe God's point isn't for us to do everything right, but to do things with him and to ask him questions and to not conform into something that humans are taking and just turning into this nasty thing. Like, God is beautiful. He's not ugly. He's so wonderful and he's so loving. And yeah, this is me sharing my experience with God and what makes me beautiful, I think. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear your experience in your comments below about what you think of it all. Goodbye. My name is Bianca Matisse Taylor. I actually wrote this down in my journal. My name is Bianca Matisse Taylor, and this is my life with God. Thank you for watching. My water bottle's here because I was using it as a tripod. I wanted to give you guys a apartment tour because this place that I stayed is so beautiful, and I'm outside right now on one of the balconies. This is like the main street over here. Is so freaking gorgeous. This is the view. I mean, like, what? This is my bedroom. It's amazing. Like, I love that it has this little door outside of it. Oh my god, like, look how beautiful. How will I ever like forget this place? Okay, bedroom is small, tucked away. I really love the layout of this apartment. This bathroom is really ugly, so brace yourself. Yeah. Okay, moving on, walking down the hallway. I mean, look at these wood floors. They're absolutely gorgeous. Gorgiana beyond. Let me open up this window. There was really bad construction going on, so I had to close all the windows. Really noisy. Okay, let me back up. Okay, so this is the dining area. Hello, gorgeous. Look at this freaking beautiful rocking chair. Look at that view. Oh my god, to sit at this table every morning was just gorgeous. And then this is a beautiful like built-in bookshelf. I really like this. I'm like taking pictures of it for future design ideas. And then this is a really basic living room. This hammock, I loved it. We hung out in it a lot. And then the view from the family room is so beautiful as well. Yeah, this is the lit family room. And then when you come this way, you're in the kitchen, which is so freaking beautiful. Like, these windows, are you kidding me? Oh, open windows in the kitchen, I love that so much. Love these doors that come out to another balcony. There's literally 3 balconies in this apartment. I have to check out in like an hour, but I'm going to sit and chill probably. Yeah, and like all of this is a part of the apartment. That's the laundry room, that's the kitchen. Like, how gorgeous. And then, hello? Like, and then over here is like a huge favela situation. I don't know if it's a bunch of different favelas together or separate favelas, but they're so beautiful from far away. And honestly, having been in a favela, they're also beautiful inside too, but you're not supposed to take pictures. It would basically be the equivalent of like going into the hood and taking pictures and videos and like treating it like a tourist attraction when it's not. People actually live there. But oh my god, so beautiful to have experienced that. But it's people built these all by themselves. They just decided they wanted to live in them, and they live in them. And anyway, I'm gonna sit down now and shut up, but that's the apartment tour. This place is so beautiful. I have to get more content before I go because I'm really gonna miss it here.